Some elected officials need to stop and think about the rules. They are destroying citizen confidence and acting just like fools. The rich don't need the tax cut, it's the poor who have the blues. Not giving up will keep us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Not giving up will keep us strong. Medicaid and Medicare must not be cut at all. And Social Security cards, we will not let it fall. We all support these programs and Congress must lead our call. Not giving up will keep us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Not giving up will keep us strong. Our message we are sending out is very, very clear. There must be no cuts to programs that we hold so very dear. The Democrats must stand up now and show they have no fear. Not giving up will keep us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Not giving up will keep us strong. That was much better. Thank you.
No cuts now! No cuts ever! No cuts now! No cuts ever!
No cuts now.
No cuts ever!
No, we're not going to cut you, Pam. We want you to come talk to us. Pam Rosado from Policy Matters, but we also know Pam Rosado from Local 47, way back in the day. Pam's going to talk, we talked mostly about Social Security. We want to talk a little bit about Medicare and Medicaid. All three are very important, and we're not going to allow cuts to any one of those programs. Pam Rosado.
Hey everybody! Hey Pam! Glad to see all y'all out here. Everybody's got something invested in this fight, right? Right? Who's receiving Social Security check? Who's got a kid or a relative receiving a Social Security check? Who's got a Medicare card? All right. Who's got Medicaid? Who doesn't have Medicaid but wants Medicaid? All right. All right. And all three of those things not only ensure a better health for us individually, but ensures better health and health outcomes for our community.
Yes.
For our communities. We love our communities. We love our state. And we don't want anybody to do anything detrimental to our state. As the brother here said, expanding Medicaid is all about the jobs. We could get 31,000 jobs through Medicaid expansion. Yeah. We could have income coming into this state in sales tax, tax revenue through Medicaid expansion. Right. Not only can we help to continue to cover our children, our low-income families, but all those folks who could be eligible for Medicaid get that Medicaid. Right. That's what we need here to help make our communities healthier and stronger. We don't need to have people getting sicker, so by the time they're eligible for Medicare, it's going to cost even more to take care of them because they didn't have a medical home before they were 65. We've got to connect all these dots together.
Yes.
Our Social Security is not just a retirement income. Our Social Security, which I was a beneficiary of when I lost my husband and helped keep my child growing up strong and maintaining our style of living. Okay, it didn't make us rich, but it sure helped keep us from being poor. Which also meant it helped our community from being poor. Okay? We need our benefits. Our Social Security and our Medicare are not entitlements. They are the benefits we pay for. We need to make sure we tell those people who represent us, make no mistake about it, they represent us. Make them accountable. accountable. Make them do what it is you want them to do. No cuts to our Social Security, no cuts to our Medicare, and we need in the state of Ohio to expand our Medicaid so we can help take care of our brothers and sisters who need a medical home, who need to have
a fantastic speech. He inspired me like he has for the last 4 years. What he said was that we can't ensure progress for all times, but it does compel us to act in our time. And this is the time.
That's right.
Now, fact, Social Security will remain solvent until 2046. That's what, 35 years. Fact two, the cap makes absolutely no sense. So we have Republicans calling for spending cuts. We have Democrats calling for revenue increases. I think I have a solution. It's been said before. We scrap the cap.
Yes. Scrap the cap. Scrap the cap.
I like this sign right here. It says, protect our vital programs. We cut the Pentagon budget.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Now, Social Security has added nothing to the deficit. It's been all tax cuts for the rich, 2 wars, and military spending that is always on the rise. We will ensure Social Security, and I guarantee my generation, I'm 20 years old, by the way. I think I'm the youngest one here. We will work with you. I am with you to ensure Social Security. Now, with the turnout here, we have the numbers to make sure it happens, but it's going to be more than just one rally in one day. It's going to take months and years to make sure that we ensure prosperity for future generations. Thank you all for entertaining me talking. I know I'm an idiot. I didn't bring a jacket. Still young and stupid, but thank you.
That's the number of full audits of the Pentagon over the last number of years. 0. The Pentagon remains the only part of the federal budget not subject to audits. In fact, you've heard the term too big to fail that banks have used. Well, they originally got that term from the Pentagon. We're too big to audit. Really, many years ago, and it still remains the case, with documented levels of waste that far outpace the entire budgets of critical human needs programs. So that's number 1, 0. The second number I want you to remember is the number 2, as in 2 times or double. Military budget in this country has doubled from 1998. And that doesn't even include the $1.4 trillion that's been spent on the Iraq and Afghanistan wars. The Pentagon hasn't even spent all the money that it's been allocated and ended last fiscal year with $100 billion in the bank that it hadn't even spent. Third number, 60. 60 as in 60%. That's about the percent of all spending that Congress votes on directly that has gone to the Pentagon. That's called discretionary spending. About 60 cents of every dollar that Congress, our friends in Washington in the House and Senate, decide on each and every year, they have chosen to spend on the military. Yet the 2012 budget is 6 times larger than the military budget of China. So who are we up against? Who are we fighting? The Martians? In fact, if you take the military budget this year, it's 20 times, or you take the next 20 countries after China, add all their military budgets up together, and it wouldn't equal what we spent this year. So that's the third number, 60. The fourth number is 1,000. As in 1,000 U.S. foreign military bases and installations that are part of, let's be honest, a U.S. military empire. It's estimated that $170 billion every year goes to prop up all of these foreign military bases and installations that, again, we could be using right here at home to prop up healthcare, to prop up education, to prop up Social Security, to prop up you fill in the blank. And the last number I want you to remember is the number 51. 51 as in 51% increase over the last year that Northrop Grumman has spent in political lobbying to make sure that Northrop Grumman gets as much military spending as they can get. Meanwhile, Lockheed Martin, they saw their increase in lobbying go up 25%. And that's to buy, rent, lease, or retain public officials. But 51 also coincidentally happens to be the number of the percent of Americans who want to see Pentagon spending cut. 51%. That's how they believe that we can come up with the money necessary to save all of these social programs. Now, comparatively speaking, they don't want to see cuts to Social Security, Medicaid. Only 19% want to see cuts to Social Security. So it's a huge difference. So remember 51 in terms of Pentagon spending that can be saved if we do our job at saving and diverting Pentagon spending to all of these other social programs. It's up to us to make sure that our budget priorities are both sane and humane and go toward protecting our vital social programs. It's not going to come from Washington. That leadership, that initiative is going to come from you. It's going to come from me. It's going to come from those we talk to. It's going to come from everybody we can educate, advocate, and organize. Thanks.